All right, here's part two, you guys. Welcome back. So we're going to stick with the program over here, but then something different happens. So over here, I remember y equals. I do not want to divide this by -2 because I'd have to divide everything by -2. I don't want y over -2. That's just messing things up. So I'm going to look at these first two terms, and I'm going to factor out a -2. But I'm also going to get prepared for my trinomial. So that'd be x squared plus 2x plus blank plus 7 plus blank. Stick with the program. What's half of this? 1. Square it. 1. Wait a minute. Don't put a -1 here. You got to think. There's a -2 out in front. That -2 is going to hit that 1 that was never there before. What's -2 times 1? -2. What do you got to do to keep balance? Add 2. You'll get used to this after you practice a few. So y equals -2, x plus 1 squared plus 9. Now if I was to graph this, my vertex would be left 1, up 9. So I'm going to make these real small. Left 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's my vertex. Because this is negative and because this is 2, it's a whole number, it's going to be somewhat skinny. It's going to open up downwards. Now it's not asking me to graph it, but it's good to practice it. But it is asking me where's the vertex. So it'd be -1, 9. Now you cut it in half, and the name of that, because it's a vertical line, is x equals -1. Okay, last one of that sort. This one, I'm forced to begin by rearranging them. See, I got to have things in descending order, and that was the whole reason why we even talked about the degree, okay, in such detail. You just have to remember to put it in descending order. That's really the takeaway from all those exercises. But so we're going to go -x squared plus 2x plus 8. Do we want a negative there? No. Remember I said we got to have a positive one? Some of you are saying, oh, multiply it all by a -1. No, we don't want a -y. So we're going to, again, look at these first two. We're going to go, what can we factor out of that to make it work? We're going to factor out a -1. Watch this. X squared minus 2x plus blank. And then we're going to go plus 8 plus blank. Stick with the program now. What's half of -2? -1. Squared is 1. But wait, that's 1 times -1, which gives me -1. So I got to balance that by putting a positive 1 there. Now I clean this bad boy up. X minus 1 squared plus 9. Now, kind of take a peek at the graph. 1 to the right, 9 up. A little bit, it was close to this one, but this is 1 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There it is. There's the vertex. 1, 9. Because this is negative and a 1, it's normal wideness, but it opens up downwards. And there's my axis of symmetry. That's x equals 1. Now, I haven't really talked about this much, but over here, I'm going to add something, okay? It'll make sense as we go, but I want you to understand, I don't know if we'll need this or not. I'm just thinking A equals 1 over 4C. We may or may not need that. I'm just throwing it out there just in case we need it, okay? Anyways, watch this. Write an equation for a parabola whose graph contains the given vertex and point. Well, if this is the vertex, remember this vertex right here was -1, 9. Look at it. This is x plus 1, the opposite of this, plus 9 tells us where to shift the y. So we're going to piggyback that idea, and we're going to go, hey, okay, if the vertex is this, then I'm going to start by going y equals a. So I don't know what a is yet. And then here's my x shift, x minus 2. See, this is my x shift. That's why it's paired up with the x. Squared. Don't forget the squared. That's what makes it a parabola. And then minus 7. Remember, we're just going to, that's my y value or my y shift, minus 7. So what's the last thing I need to find? A. Now I think I wasted your time by giving you this formula, so I don't think we really need it for this because, see this point 0.05? That's telling you let x be 0, y be 5. All we need to do is find A by plugging this information in. So I go y equals A times x minus 2 squared minus 7. Let's clean this up a little bit. This is negative 2 squared, which is 4a minus 7. Add 7, add 7, I get 12 equals 4a. Divide by 4, divide by 4. I get a is 3. Whoops, went off the page. Sorry, you guys. And all I got to do now is put this right in here, and I'm done. So I get y equals 3 times x minus 2 squared minus 7. And if I want to get fancy, I'd make that f of x. But I don't know what they're going to require. I don't think they require either one. So there's that. One more problem, you guys. So let's stick with it. Vertex, negative 1, 5. So we start, this is my x shift, this is my y shift. So I go y equals, I don't know what my a is, I'll get that last. X plus 1, remember you always take the opposite of this, squared, plus 5. Now I'm going to stick that x in and that y in. So negative 13 equals a times x plus 1 squared plus 5. So I'm going to do two things. I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides, and I'm going to figure out what this is. So I get negative 18 equals 3 squared is 9a. So I divide by 9, divide by 9. So I get a is negative 2. Pop it back into this guy. I get y equals negative 2, x plus 1 squared plus 5. Done.